Good afternoon. Salamat datang kay Graduation MInTFM, Fortukui on game MInTFM. Welcome to the first MInTFM Graduation. Your Excellency, Ms. Orla Tunney, Ambassador of Ireland to Malaysia, Yang Berba Hagin Tanshri Dr. Noor Hisham, Datuk, Datin, professors, doctors, colleagues, graduands, and ladies and gentlemen. A graduation ceremony is one of the most memorable events in anybody's life, and I hope you and your families will enjoy today. We wish to mark this significant milestone in your career, and therefore I hope our ceremony this afternoon will enable us to do so. This is a particularly special occasion, being the first graduation of MInTFM. MInTFM was but a dream in 2017, and to be standing here today, that dream has now become a reality. We are so proud of all of you and of all of those who have contributed to your training and education. This is the first membership of the Irish College of GPs ever to be conferred outside of Ireland in our proud 40-year history, and a very significant day also for our partners, RUMC and iheed. I am privileged to welcome you today to the MInTFM graduation ceremony. Before we formally begin proceedings, I would like to introduce the platform party. To my immediate left is Datin Dr. Nazrilla Harizan Nazar, Deputy National Clinical Director at MInTFM. Beside Dr. Nazrilla is Ms. Grania Keane, Director of Finance, University College Dublin. I have to keep looking back. Beside Grania is Dr. Cathy Cullen, National Clinical Director, MInTFM. Beside Cathy is Dr. Eamon Shanahan, President of the Irish College of GPs. Beside Eamon is Professor Karen Morgan, President RUMC, and, a little bit wrong. Beside Eamon is Dr. Tom O'Callaghan, CEO of iheed, and finally beside Tom is Professor Karen Horgan, President RUMC. And my name is Fintan Foy. I'm CEO of the Irish College of General Practitioners. To formally begin proceedings now, it gives me great pleasure to invite the ICG President, Dr. Eamon Shanahan, to the stage to deliver his address.
Your Excellency, Ms. Orla Tunney, Ambassador of Ireland to Malaysia, Yang Berbahagya Tan Shri Dr. Noor Hisham, Datuk, Datin, professors, doctors, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome to the inaugural MInTFM graduation. What a wonderful and special occasion. My warmest congratulations on overcoming all the academic hurdles, including COVID, on passing the exams, completing your training, and achieving membership of the Irish College of General Practitioners, a proud, independent, and internationally recognised college, and being the first graduates from MInTFM. This marks the end of this phase of your professional life. Your training programme has come and gone, and you've achieved the outcome you have all worked hard for. I thank our college CEO, Mr. Fintan Foy, for his welcoming remarks, and Dr. Cathy Cullen, MInTFM Clinical Director, Dr. Nazrilla Harazan Nazir, Deputy National Clinical Director, Professor Karen Morgan, President of RUMC, Ms. Grania Keane, Director of Finance, UCD, and Dr. Tom O'Callaghan, CEO of iheed, for joining us today. When you graduated from medical school, while exciting, there was a sense that you were back to the beginning again. Membership graduation is different as you have completed higher specialist training. When I received my membership, this signalled independence, gaining autonomy over my life as a doctor. In choosing family medicine, you recognise that family medicine specialists are the last remaining generalists, and as such, we all continue to make unique contribution to healthcare, in my case in Ireland and in your case in Malaysia. You will continue medical education as part of lifelong learning and do courses and some exams, but it will be by active choice and it may not be for a while. You are the graduation class of 2023. You have done so well to be here. It is a happy day. But lest we forget it, for every one of you, what you have become and will yet turn out to be is a team effort. So before I say more, I want to say thank you and thank your parents, partners, children, and the wider community of friends who are here to cheer you on today. These are your backup team, and long may they do so for you as you face the hugely rewarding and very demanding life of family medical specialist. You've all spent the past 4 years learning your craft, expanding the extent of your medical knowledge, subjecting yourself to assessments and doing exams. You've had exams to study, video consultations to record and squirm through, and many other hoops to negotiate. Today, I say enough of medical knowledge and the evidence base. Today, we will speak only of wisdom. That you are all very clever is a given, and that years of effort and study have made you hugely knowledgeable is also true. But wisdom is a slower project that yields its fruit reluctantly and only over time. All the wisdom you ever have is resident in you now, but the mining of it and that deep knowing within you will reveal what it is to be human. It is that essential insight, matching your humanness to another person, which allows for that personal communion with your patient. Knowing yourself and using that knowledge in the service of your patient is a task of wisdom and the making of a great FMS. Your training took place during the COVID-19 pandemic, and that in itself is an achievement. We should not forget 3.5 years down the line, the anxiety and risk experienced by ourselves and our patients. We were and continue to be the first port of call for people in distress. The pandemic posed extraordinary challenges for us all. Being a turning point in history, it brought permanent changes throughout society and our specialty. In family medicine, our flexibility is our strength, which was proved in 2020 and onwards. In the community, FMSs are best placed to deliver teleconsultations, electronic communications, and prescribing safely. And our patients appreciate how we've embraced these changes. What will your challenges be? We don't know for sure, but I suspect there will be real movement on teamwork, the increasing use of rich data in family medicine, and an emphasis on how you can deliver quality care. Remember always, you two are part of a team, whether you and your patient, nurse, colleagues, or a wider multidisciplinary group. The message we have wholeheartedly accepted in family medicine is that we cannot do it alone. This message is particularly important to remember when things and events don't go well. We should use each other to help us in these difficult times. As a doctor, you will be an advocate. As an FMS, supporting a cause can help open doors, make contacts, and influence outcomes. Remember that not all adverse health issues are managed in the consultation or are due to a medical cause. Between 20 and 40% of health outcomes are affected by non-medical factors: poverty, housing, environment, diet, education, and climate. You will be the person who shows empathy when that may be all you can do. Sometimes acknowledging vulnerability and showing solidarity as a patient travels a difficult road may be all you can offer, but it may be more important than all the fancy therapies, all the complicated machines, and respite beds. Sometimes I know that I have been more effective when I appear to do nothing. I sat there, listened, nodded, laughed at black humor jokes, and provided tissues if the patient needed to cry. You will be appreciated in and from places you least expect, and won't be appreciated when you think you should be. But that's life. You know that you're not in it for praise, but because you will make a difference. You will make a difference by knowing your patients and providing continuity of care, particularly as you become established, as you travel the road with them from their teenage acne to having babies, to their first significant illness, to managing complex multimorbidity. You know which patients will deal better with challenges thrown at them, and you will continue to be surprised by those who embrace the difficulty and soldier on. You'll be able to list the 10 diagnoses some patients have and all the medications they've tried without consulting your files. There will be some you can't remember the name of, but you will know the weird diagnosis that they have. You will also be the doctor who knows that loneliness and social isolation are as damaging to health as chronic illness. You will be the person who recognizes that when a person attends the doctor much more often after they've been widowed, it's not because they become medically unwell, but rather because their social and psychological constructs have been hollowed out. As the person who knows them and their loved ones, you're best positioned to provide a listening ear, be patient, and assist them in their recovery. The role of isolation in chronic ill health is most keenly felt by FMS, and we're best placed to call it what it is. Be inefficient and cast your net wide over human suffering. Your patients are human, and their lives and problems are messy and not readily categorized for the purpose of accountancy. Waste has no place in any walk of life, but wasting time with people is not waste. It is how we come to know the context within which the problems they present are set, and is the portal to a deeper understanding of them and the challenges they face. The holistic biopsychosocial existential model is not just a form of words, but rather the only way to put form to the unstructured stories that people bring. It is the broad avenue through which good care can only come. And remember, you are as complex as the patients you see daily. You too have needs and wants. You too must be defined as something other than being a doctor, being an FMS. Whether you play in a band, are a good singer, grow your own vegetables in your garden, or excel at home baking, embrace the many parts of you. Being an FMS is just one of them. Self-care will be as important for the long haul as keeping up to date. Patients' needs should not outweigh your own. Guilt is something doctors and FMSs excel at. There is always the burden that there is more we can do, but I'm telling you, let go of all that uncertainty, shrug the world off your shoulders, ask others to carry the load with you, admit you're human, and there isn't unlimited time. Family and relationships must be nurtured and sustained because you'll need them to sustain a long career in what is a demanding in-your-face job. A great job, one I wouldn't swap, but nevertheless very demanding. I also want to say a few words about MInTFM. As president, it is my great privilege to be here this afternoon. I have had the honour of chairing the MInTFM board for the last 4 years, and therefore I have seen firsthand the work involved in establishing, developing, and growing the programme. Seeing my colleague and friend, Dr. John Latham, here is a great pleasure. John was the Foundation Clinical Director and I'm sure he is proud to see the first entrants to MInTFM successfully completing their training. MInTFM started almost 4 years ago to the day, and it would not have started without the vision of the founding partners. Here, I would like to acknowledge Professor David Whitford, along with Tom and Finton, who were the driving force behind the initiative and realized that a dream could become a reality. And there is one other person who deserves mention, the former Director-General for Health, Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah, who had the vision for MInTFM and supported it at every stage in its development. On behalf of ICGP and indeed MInTFM, I would like to say thank you. Professor Morgan is a recent addition to the team and has provided guidance and counsel in a very short while, which we need. She is the voice of reason. Without Karen and RUMC, MInTFM would not exist. Karen, I wish you every success as president of RUMC and look forward to working with you for many years to come. The problem with speeches is that there is always a risk you will leave out others who are equally deserving of recognition. However, there are two remaining names whom I'm going to mention, Dr. Kathy and Dr. Nazrullah. What a team and what a huge effort they make on behalf of you, the trainees, and behalf of MInTFM. We are indebted to you both, and what we see here before us today is because of you and your colleagues. You have built an amazing team, and while it is with sadness that Kathy will be returning to Ireland, you leave the ship in very good stead, and most importantly, moving forward. Thank you both, and thanks also to our scheme directors, trainers, and staff. And so, to conclude, I wish for you all that you will be happy and well as you embark on your epic journey, that you will love your patients, that they will love you, and the practice of medicine will be for you, as it has been for me, fulfilling and life-affirming. Thank you.
Thank you, President. It now gives me great pleasure to call to the stage Dr. Kathy Cullen to deliver her address. Dr. Cullen is well known to you all, and I would just like to echo also what Eamon has said. We are here today because of the hard work of Kathy and indeed her predecessor, Dr. John Latham. Kathy.
Your Excellency, Ms. Orla Tunney, Ambassador of Ireland to Malaysia, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham, Datuk, Datin, professors, doctors, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Céad Míle Fáilte and Salamat Tatang. What a wonderful day. Another 24 high-quality, higher specialist trained family medicine doctors ready to join the Malaysian workforce. The Royal College of General Practitioners, in a recent statement about the future of general practice and planning, said, "The highly developed generalist skills where a GP, or FMS, is able to apply his or her medical expertise to the growing range of long-term conditions, to incorporate that knowledge into whole person understanding of the patient and their family, to manage risk safely, and share complex decisions with patients and carers while adopting an integrated approach to their care is the expert generalist care that is needed now more than any time before." When I was reading that, I was thinking of all the long-term chronic conditions that weren't there when Eamon, Tom and I graduated, that you will go on to be managing, diseases like HIV, breast cancer, and really you can see how the importance of your expert generalist work is becoming increasingly important. In Ireland, we have thankfully visible government support of general practice, and it's led to funding of an extra 100 trainee posts a year, an increase of almost 30%, in a time when there's an overall recruitment healthcare freeze. And here in Malaysia, the support of the BPKK, KKM, and MOH has allowed MInTFM to progress in our vision, which I hope you all know, which is to help build a workforce with enough high-quality, well-trained family medicine specialists, each with a commitment to lifelong learning and holistic care, to go on to deliver the best possible primary care services for the people of Malaysia. That mission has taken a huge step forward today with our first 24 graduates: Audrey, Chung, Putri, Padma, Shazana, Ricky, and Kailin, Izar, Danusha, Shankari, Guna, Supra, Muhammin, Tan, Nurfaiza, Sharafina, Nadia, Helma, Aisha, Anis, Farah, Winnie, Lee, and Azizu, all ready for gazettement. And that will follow by a long and fulfilling career as a family medicine specialist. And what a career lies ahead. When I was a little girl, I knew I wanted to be in healthcare. Initially, I wanted to be a nurse, but then I decided I wanted to be a doctor because I wanted to be the boss. But even then, I knew that to be a doctor meant to be a GP, or a family medicine specialist. Our family GP, Dr. Dillon, was a really traditional family doctor. He took care of us all, and my mother trusted him with our care if any of us were unwell. And to me, family medicine has always been the core of healthcare. And this is the specialty our graduates are joining today. One of my favorite quotes about family medicine is from Dr. Marshall Marinker in the 1990s, a time where the increasing move towards subspecialties in secondary care was just beginning. He said, "The role of a GP is to tolerate uncertainty, explore probability, and marginalize danger. Whereas in contrast, the role of a secondary care specialist is to reduce uncertainty, explore possibility, and marginalize error." And these subtle differences point out the art, the joy, and the challenges of being a family medicine specialist. Not an easy role, but thanks to your training, one that you'll all be able to fulfill. ICGP started 40 years ago, a little bit before my time, but I've been involved long enough to remember those early years, those pioneers who believed family medicine was the specialist of choice. One of those pioneers is Dr. Molly Owens, who can't be with us here today, but she's been a pioneer here as well. She was instrumental in starting, maintaining, and then providing our quality assurance, making sure that MInTFM is the success that it is today. And I'd like to acknowledge her today. I see reflections of those inspirational doctors here in Malaysia amongst our tireless scheme directing teams who are passionate in their desire to educate and shape family medicine for the future, and our graduates who are willing to take a chance and join that first batch of MInTFM, trusting that this opportunity would help progress their careers, spark their curiosity, and go on to contribute to the people of Malaysia by improving their overall health. Family medicine is at an exciting stage here in Malaysia, with a move to increase standardization of training, an increasing recognition of the importance of family medicine in care of the whole population, seen from both the government and the Medical Council, in the move for full sponsorship of all of those undergoing specialist training, itself an acknowledgement of the value that each trainee will add to the community once they're fully trained, and seen day after day in the fraternity at large with their overall willingness to guide and mentor junior doctors, where we now have over 150 of the 800 FMS involved in MInTFM, either as trainers, examiners, or scheme directors, or sometimes all three. I've been here in Malaysia for just over 2 years now, and I have seen firsthand the blood, sweat, and tears each of today's graduates has put into getting here. I know I speak for everyone here when I say how proud and excited we all are. I honestly believe you will go on to do great things. And the beauty of being an FMS is you don't even have to leave your clinic Kesihatan to do those great things. The holistic generalist care that you will give to your patients can be that great thing. So I do hope MInTFM will see you again as trainers, examiners, or even scheme directors, continuing your own lifelong learning, joining the supportive circle of your fraternity, where the young doctor can work with the older, occasionally wiser doctor, and you can both learn together. Congratulations to you all. I hope you have a wonderful day with your friends and family. Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy. Now, at long last, we get to the graduands. Could I ask all the graduands to please stand and to turn to the front page of their booklet, please? And we're now going to recite the declaration of a member of the college. And if you would repeat after me, I'll read first and then you might repeat. I do solemnly declare and promise that I will, to the best of my ability, uphold the primary aims of the Irish College of General Practitioners. To serve the patient and the general public by encouraging and maintaining the highest standards of family medicine. I promise to continue to learn and maintain my competence for the benefit of my patients. I will practice medicine with integrity, humility, honesty, and compassion. Working with my family medicine specialists and other clinical colleagues to meet the needs of my patients. In accordance with the standards and ethos of both the profession and the college. I promise that I will observe and be obedient to the bylaws and regulations of the college. And I will ensure to maintain my own well-being in order to provide care of the highest standard to my patients and myself. I now ask the President to come forward and to formally admit you as members of the Irish College of General Practitioners.
I am pleased to announce that you are now formally admitted to membership of the Irish College of General Practitioners. I would now like to invite Dr. Nasrilla to call out the graduate names and for me to present each graduate with their diploma.
Dr. Aisha Amira binti Sukiman. Dr. Anis Ilani binti Muhammad Zulkifli. Dr. Audrey Albert Radin. Dr. Chong Kim Yang. Dr. Danusha, anak perempuan Narayana Sami. Dr. Farah binti Muhammad Muhsin alias Abdul Muhsin. Dr. Guna Segaran, anak lelaki Shun Mugam. Dr. Helma Ashikin binti Hassan. Dr. Lee Zehian. Dr. Muhammad Izhar bin Hashim. Dr. Nadia binti Asmadi. Dr. Eng Jun Teng. Dr. Eng Kai Lin. Dr. Nur Sharafina binti Muhammad Nur Shaharani. Dr. Nur Azizu Ain binti Kamarul Zaman. Dr. Padma, anak perempuan Palaniapan. Dr. Putri Nurul Hajaratul Suraya binti Alias. Dr. Shanggari, anak perempuan Maniarsu. Dr. Siti Nur Fazih binti Musa. Dr. Shazana binti Sidar Ali. Dr. T. Supramanian, anak lelaki Tani Malai. Dr. Tan Chia Hung. Dr. Wan Abdul Muhaimin bin Wan Ahmad. Dr. Winnie Ung Ke Chien.
Thank you, Dr. Nasrallah. I'd now like to call forward my colleague and friend, Dr. Tom O'Callaghan, to say a few words and also make a very important presentation, and that is the MInTFM Excellence Award.
Thanks a million, honoured guests, very proud family members, new graduates, and so many family medicine friends who've been involved in this project. Obviously, all of the administrators and everybody who's been involved, we owe you such a debt of gratitude, and this couldn't have happened without the involvement of so many different people. There are just one or two people who still haven't been thanked that I'd like to mention specifically. Michael McGrail and Grania, who've been on the board, have been a huge support to us throughout the programme. And obviously, Noor Hisham, Dr. Noor Hisham has been mentioned, but I would like two people to stand up, Dr. Shafi and Dr. Ida and Dr. Nazrilla. Stand up just for 1 second, so they can see you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Much like our President, Eamon Shanahan, I grew up with family medicine as well, as many of you have, and come from a medical background. And Eamon was showing me just before we came into the room, on the chain of office of the President, his dad was the previous President of the Irish College of General Practitioners, and now he is the President. And his daughter is a family doctor as well. So, you know, I think it's a great community, it's a great family, and it's a great profession. When I grew up as a family doctor, my dad was a family doctor, and I suppose I had the great pleasure of working with him. And I remember once he taught me very many things, but one of the days I was working with him, and we all, Eamon, you said it earlier on, often caring is all that's important, not curing, because often there isn't a cure, and it's just being there and being a friend. And my dad, I suppose I was very fortunate to have practiced with him. And one day at the end of a surgery, and he was in his 70s in the clinic, he came in to me and he said, I had just had a great experience. He said a young patient in his 20s came in and we had a chat and we talked about his issues. And at the end of the consultation, he put his arm on my shoulder and he said, you're not only my doctor, but you're my friend. And I think, you know, this is a family of family doctor friends, but also our community becomes our friends. And I suppose the important qualities in a family doctor, and Eamon spoke about them, are kindness, compassion, and humanity, having that bit of humanity. And what's amazing, as our first class graduates, is that we have somebody like Dr. Winnie Unker Chen, who has all of those qualities. Not only is Winnie a great academic doctor and has all of those skills, but she also has that kindness, that compassion. She's a natural leader, a great representative and advocate, not for her patients, but for her class and for our profession. And as we graduate our first class, it's really wonderful to have such a fantastic group as yourselves, but also to honour somebody within your group with this first inaugural award. And we're delighted to do that. I would like to mention that I understand Winnie's parents are here, and we're very proud that all of you parents are here. And we know Winnie's dad has been unwell, so we wish him a speedy recovery. And we're delighted to call on Winnie to come up and receive her award.
And that's it. In conclusion, I would like to take the opportunity to thank the staff of MInTFM and RUMC, many of whom are here today, whose dedicated work has delivered our ceremony today. As you can imagine, it's taken a huge amount of work to put this whole occasion together, and I'd like you to give them all a round of applause. Thank you. I would like to offer my congratulations and to welcome you all as our newest members of the college and our first graduate of MInTFM. I think it's fair to say that the future of family medicine is in good hands. I would now ask that you all stand, and I would ask that the President would lead the platform party out and to thank you.